welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
We welcome you back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM and FM, AM 1220, FM 98.1. It's pretty exciting that now they've done a great job. We got, Carl and Jerry now have us on both sides of the stations. Besides going to hometown station where you can get all our podcasts and all the information, we've been doing this now for 7 years, guiding you to personal and financial wellness.
That's right. And you can find our hub, as we call it, at donandgino.com. That takes you to our Facebook page. That takes us to your videos. The YouTube videos is probably our most valuable collection of information.
Over 2,000 of those guys now.
And like Don mentioned, guiding you to personal and financial wellness. That's what the show's been about for 7 years, and there's some amazing episodes. I'm sure we're booking one right now.
In fact, speaking of guiding you to personal and financial wellness, because we've been doing this show for 7 years, we get to interview some of the best that Santa Clarita or basically Southern California has to offer. And we're talking guns. These are not people that are just trying to build their business. These are people that have a successful and accountable business. And we put them together in one group called America's Professional Resource Group. That's right, America's Professional Resource Group. It is what it is. It's the best people you can find in any aspect of your life. And you can find out more by going to aprgi.com. That's aprgi.com. In fact, we have our chosen insurance professional and who handles our personal insurance and a lot of our friends and a lot of our clients. In fact, you keep handling more and more of our clients all the time here at Skyline Home Loans, Mr. Carlos Villalobos with Carlos Villalobos Insurance. Welcome back, buddy.
Thank you very much, and we do appreciate taking care of clients, so we appreciate all the referrals that we get.
Well, we know they're in good hands. It's a very easy referral. I mean, we know that they can get quotes all over the place, just like same with lending. You can go to some online lenders, discount lenders, but you're not going to get the same kind of service and advice that you give them.
Yeah, we try to educate the consumer. It's their decision if they're going to go with us or not, but we want to make sure they know what they're buying. I hate selling on price alone. It just doesn't work out in the long run.
It's a slippery slope.
So basically, we tell them, here's what, I'm going to insure your house like if it was my house. Sometimes the premium is a little bit more, but as long as you know what you're buying, then it makes it easier for you to make the right decision or not.
Right.
I tell people all the time, it's not a magic trick, right? So if you're getting a lower rate, that means you're getting less of something. You're either getting less great advice from your mortgage planner, or you're getting less processing speed, or you're getting less knowledge through the staff and more difficult underwriting. You're losing something. It doesn't come for free.
There's always, when you compare something, there's always a big difference or a little difference. But as long as you're aware of it, then there is no difference because you know what you're getting.
Right. You make an educated decision.
Exactly. So if we just go, well, my price is $800 and your price is $700, well, why?
Well, we just went over that in the last segment.
Right.
There was, sometimes a small differential could mean a big difference, actually.
Exactly. And then also, which will go right into the business owner's policy that I wanted to talk about a little bit.
Before we tangent you again.
Keep us on track, Carlos. Keep us on track.
So, that being said, a lot of businesses here in Santa Clarita don't have the proper coverage. A flower shop, a small restaurant, drugstores.
A videographer.
Yeah. I mean, for the BOP was generated that combines the general liability portion of a policy and the commercial property section. They combine it together to make it less expensive. And if you have sales of under $7 million and less than 100 employees, you're pretty much going to qualify for a BOP.
Okay.
If not, you can go a package policy, which will still combine what you need. It's a little bit more expensive. Okay, but a good example is flower shop. We'll talk that. You're running
what could possibly go wrong?
Good question. Right?
Nice tee up, Gino.
You're running your flower shop. Everything's going great, and all of a sudden, the next door business catches on fire. The smoke damage ruins all your inventory. In addition to that, because of the requirements of the city, now you're closed for 30 days. No income is coming in. So without the proper coverage, you lost your inventory, which would have been covered under the property section. So could be anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000. and now you have no income. So that's called income interruption. And now you can get an additional, whatever your income is, for that period of time.
That's huge.
That's worth its weight in gold.
Because most small
Exactly.
business...
Here we are I'm thinking general liability. I'm thinking, what, somebody pricks themselves on a rose? I'm not thinking inventory. I'm not thinking being shut down. And those are things that can happen.
Well,
happens
and that
all
can
the
end your
time.
business. I
Yeah.
mean, most small business owners are literally they
Day by day.
can't survive.
If
no
you're making
inventory.
$20,000 a month in gross sales, and all of a sudden you don't have that coming in, how are you going to pay your bills?
Right.
Right.
And what
you
if
have
you're
to
shut
replace
down
the
for 3
inventory.
months?
And you have to replace your inventory.
Right.
And what happens if you lose your employees? I mean, it could be complicated.
Right. And then if you do have employees, you can add employment practice liability. Because what if you forget to pay overtime and that employee sues you?
That's a big thing here in California.
That couldn't happen in a litigious state
It
like
can happen
California.
anywhere. So you can add that to your policy. You can add cyber liability if you have a lot of credit cards or information.
No.
What happens if your
That's
computer
huge.
gets hacked?
That happens
Let's talk a
every
little bit
day.
about cyber liability.
Sure.
Okay? Because
Sure.
when we were off air, we talked a little bit about realtors.
Right.
And because I know how secure our email servers are and how careful we are with email, I also know how not careful they are. Every one of them works based on an email account, Gmail account, and Gmail has no security as Gmail, Yahoo, SBC Global. None of those are secure compared to Microsoft Exchange. So they are potentially moving back and forth some very personal items that a consumer may have given them. So you're saying they can actually get coverage for that?
Yes, most businesses will be able to get some type of cyber liability coverage. You're just going to have to talk to an agent, or better yet, call me at 661-255-8282, and we'll provide a free quote.
Now, I'm going to go one more layer there. What about escrow companies with this giant wire fraud thing that's going on in our industry right now? There is massive amounts of wire fraud where people are being defrauded via the escrow transaction. Are they able to get protection?
Yes, anybody's able to get protection.
Just how much is it?
That is the question.
Yeah.
That's always been the issue. Somebody will write your insurance, regardless of if you're a pet handler or a zookeeper. I don't care. Somebody will insure you. It's what's it going to cost.
Right, exactly. And I think anybody that has a small business of any kind, one, again, it's that mental aspect that you know you're covered and protected. But there's little areas, like you said, cyber protection. We didn't think about E&O insurance. You got the employment practice law,
Right.
special events. A lot of these people are putting on special events that you may not be covered for.
Exactly. When you have a special event, whether it's a business or even as an individual, let's say you throw a wedding, okay? You need a special event policy to cover that specific area. And if you have a business and you're going to have a fundraising event, a grill-off, okay? Hey, no pun intended. So,
April 28th
So
at
now-
Wolf Creek Brewery.
you're cooking your meat here, and somebody says something to you, and your tongs go flying out and hit somebody in the eye, and he's permanently blind.
Yeah.
So now you have a problem. So if you don't have the proper insurance for that event, they're going to sue you personally. So you better have personal injury on your homeowner so you're at least protected somehow. But all these things, nobody thinks about it. We just say, oh, we're just having a little party.
All right.
Yeah, not to mention special events. This should be called alcohol insurance.
But if you're selling alcohol at the event, or if you're providing it, that's called host liquor. So that's another issue that you come into. Or better, here's another example: inland marine. We don't even think about this, and that's when, let's say you have product, and you're going to take your product and sell it to another party and through a common carrier, but they don't insure that product. What happens if it's lost or stolen? There was an accident today in Los Angeles where the truck flipped over, and all that stuff in there. I hope it's protected.
Oh, right. Probably not.
It should be. It's common. I mean, but again, these are little things that a small business owner doesn't think of. So the job of the agent is to make sure, hey, what do you do exactly?
All right, so that all of our listeners, all of you will know what to do. How do they get a hold of you, Carlos?
You can just call us here in town, 661-255-8282, or you can send us an email at carlos@insurewithcvins.com. So that's again, carlos@insurewithcv, my initials, ins.com.
All right.
All right.
Always good stuff, Carlos, and thank you for taking care of us so well.
You're welcome.
We love your friendship. We love that you always keep us in the know, and thank you for being on our show again today.
Thank you so much for having me.
I always leave a little more scared, like I'm not quite insured enough, and I need more, and I need more, and I need more, but it's got to stop somewhere.
Well, we're not trying to scare you folks. We're just trying to educate you.
All right, so make sure you reach out to Carlos Villalobos, Carlos Villalobos Insurance. I'm sure you can find it online. What's your website again?
It's well, there's two websites, but it's www.insurewithcvins.com.
All right, thanks again, Carlos, for being part of our show.
Tongue-tied me there, but thank you.
Thanks, buddy. All right, we have the second half of the show coming up. Don't go away. We got some great information for you. So I'm sorry, you got to stick around.